the first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. An absolutely tremendous accomplishment, something no one else has done. But he doesn't want to just go down as the first to make
that Henry ran it for second
and third. He's here to win it.
The gain of
that changed instead of Levis to Tannehill.
And they'll be left with second and a couple.
Look where we are.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. This ball
that's almost picked.
Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away.
First down.
What happened there.
And this is going to be a Titans first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. Here's Tannehill. That's caught by his tight end, Trevon Wesco. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. To throw is Tannehill. He finds his man complete. That's Phillips. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
Yeah, I might get the first score of this game.
Tannehill. He'll complete this one. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Tannehill now to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
On 4th down, Tannehill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. They're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. Starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well,
if those at home were wondering if we were going to see some offense in the Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script. If they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now it's Watson. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Two choke plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. From the red zone now, Watson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So illegal touching, Charles. If you set foot out of bounds as a receiver, you can't be the first to touch it.
You nailed it on that one. You've got to be mindful of the sideline.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense.
Setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and the defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Hopkins' kick is good, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Levis looking to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. 4 on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Watson on 1st down. And this one too low.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. This one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But
in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And they're going to... Back, a fumble return touchdown for So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Browns set to take over. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he loses the football a second time. Swung back, a foul return touchdown for the Titans. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Did they not get it? They went backwards.
The extra point attempt, it's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. They didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
They saw something on film, but do you see something on film to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The slot man in motion right. They start on the ground. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Oh, a heck of a move. 5-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held it, they might go for it again. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And Levis going back to the air. Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field. He wouldn't let the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, bootleg here, Levis. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Second down, here's Levis. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Levis on third down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up fourth down. They'll run forward with Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Here's Levis. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Chigakakwo there to make the grab. And the Titans continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Levis will try to throw for the 2. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
Overtime may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Watson off play action. He's looking deep for Bell. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. Throwing again is Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now Watson. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. Football will set him shop at the 33-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Levis. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Levis. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls is incomplete.
Good work there to force the incompletion and fourth down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on fourth down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he is going to pick up the Titans' first down by a good couple of yards as they will indeed get the conversion there on 4th and 10. Now again, it's Levis looking to throw it. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Levis now on 2nd down. Short throw taken in by Conquo. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will have the Titans' first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Levis going to run it again. And Smith's come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It was Denzel Ward in from his corner spot there to take him down for the loss.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now Levis. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, they've been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Levis. And that is incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. He cannot wiggle free. At the line on 4th down. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. They begin this drive with Chubb. Finding a lane, he barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, here's Watson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. gets it inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Two minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. On first down, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base and scoring.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Taking it about the 16. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Levis. And brought in downfield by Burks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now Levis. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
That one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Levis to throw off play action. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. And how about this, a fake? Complete, a huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt, it doesn't work out, and this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. And that is going to be a save. So it's halftime here on Sport. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And this is picked up by the block. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. Watson and that Browns offense going to stay out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Their defense just added 2 more onto their lead, and now they'll see what they can do here offensively as they get it back following the free kick. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Levis to throw it. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Levis. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Levis. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now, meanwhile, down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Faking the give. Now Watson. That's a safety in the strangest of ways, my word. Oh, my, all I can say is that that baby might have just set the game of football back 40 years. Maybe 50, maybe 60.
Let's just go for 70. Just keep going.
The game never started.
Because there's no way I can analyze that. There's just no way.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And a chance to make this a double whammy as they start this drive already in great field position.
Yeah, a couple of really good punches, don't you think? I mean, bam, bam, and be able to lay in another one. That's exactly what they're looking for. What a great start for them.
Like a prize fighter.
I love it.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his guard on that one.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. They go play action. Here's Levis. And that'll be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Levis sets up to throw here. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Levis now off of play action. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now Levis. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Play action now. Levis. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game. To the ground, incomplete. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Levis. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it, and he's brought down.